Bob, we've seen you around here for a while, just being a defensive end throughout your career at Parkview and getting over here and having to make the switch. How have you seen the growth throughout your career, and how hard of a change was that for you?
I'd say the change was a little difficult at first. I've been told my whole life you're going to end up playing O-line at some point. Didn't want to believe it, but now that I'm here, I'm really enjoying it. I'm trusting my Coach Alvin. He's invested a lot of time and energy into getting me where I need to be, and I've just really enjoyed the switch.
When the day did come, when they said, "All right, it's time to make the switch," was that like, "Oh man, it's actually here"? Or just kind of, how do you take that?
It was kind of like that. Oh man, it's here. I tried to fight it. Me and Coach Scott, we had like an hour-long conversation, just going back and forth, and after a while, I just accepted it and knew if this is going to be my way to see the field, I'm going to take it.
Man, you got to see the field this week. You got extended time there, offensive line. You got the offensive lines were playing really well. Just see yourself having that kind of contribution to something like that. Just what's that been like to see it come out?
It finally feels good to see all the hard work paying off, putting in extra work after practice, all throughout spring ball, mat drills, fall camp, and just the season itself. I finally get to show my abilities and show what I'm capable of.
Coach Beer talked about how you guys understand that kind of brutal honesty is the way he does things around here. Was that a tough adjustment when you first got here to learn that way, or was it like, you know what, I'd rather be told the truth than, look through rose-colored glasses?
I've always been, the type to just give it to me. Don't sugarcoat it. Just give it to me how it is, and then whether it's brutal, you need to hear the truth. It's just going to help you grow.
Now, Coach said that during the week of North Dakota State, y'all didn't have a good practice. First time I've ever heard a coach say that, actually. So what was it about flipping the switch last Monday that made y'all go, all right, let's get to where we need to be. Let's play like the Bears can play?
I think it was kind of what Coach Beer said earlier. It was one of those things where we just knew we're fully capable of coming out, winning, and executing. So we all decided to just come together as one, fire on all cylinders.
You still like Springfield? You've been around here forever.
Oh, yeah, I've lived here my whole life.
Jalen, just seeing the defensive line having its success and getting after the quarterback, just kind of what have you seen start clicking with this group against Western Illinois?
I think we finally were able to kind of, what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, just stopping the run and be able to actually get them in like third and long situations. We were then able to actually start pass rushing like we know we can do, and like that I feel like a lot of people haven't seen yet because we were struggling a little bit in those first couple of games to stop those runs. And you can do that, there's not really many teams that are going to stop running the ball and start airing it out. So it was great for us to finally do what we need to do on the front end, so then we could start making those plays on the back end.
You guys just started teeing off on them. Devin getting 3 sacks is a big number in any football game. You see Cooper Roy coming off the sideline, immediately hitting the quarterback. Interception by Armand there too. Just what was working so well that game where you guys were just able to, everybody was able to get a little piece of that?
I think we were finally getting into a rhythm. Like obviously some of those guys that you just named, we've been playing for a little bit, but with like certain games and certain teams, there's certain things that we're not able to do all the time because we have to play like against a certain offense. But I feel like we were finally like what was like game 6, game 5, we were finally able to like get in rhythm and start really doing what we love to do.
Is a sack better, or what are you guys celebrating more as a defensive line? Interception's got to be it, right?
Yeah, Yeah, interceptions are very rare, absolutely. But I don't know. I'm a DN, so I'm gonna have to go with sacks probably.
There's nothing better than a big man.
Yeah. That was fun.
Coach talks about the Lions having moxie, right? Having like that grit, that guile, whatever word you want to use to define it. Do you know, right, we hear the term, he's got dog in him. Do you know when you line up against somebody or with somebody, like, how do you know that guy's got it in him and when he ain't got it in him?
First play. I could tell, especially with us being on the line, we could tell right away. I could tell if you're a little soft, if you're not, if I can tell you're coming with something. If I hit you one time, you don't move I just know it's about to be a fun day for the whole D-line.
Is there like a certain line where maybe, as you said, maybe you bump them, walk into the next play, or maybe you say something like, how do you know, like, what's a little tick that you just pick out and like, all right, I got that guy's number?
How easily they move. You could probably agree, but like how easily they move. Like most guys, like even if you run into them, they might just like move a little bit, but most guys, if you like that are really about it, they don't move at all. They don't flinch and any of that. So if I hit you one time and I feel like you're flinching, I know it's wraps.
Did you like lining up next to him more, or did you like lining up across from him more?
You know, I have my moments where I like both. You know, love Jalen, and there was times when just like, you know what, I'm glad I'm on the other side now and get to, you know, get my get backs for the little things, you know, in the meeting room, off the field. But you know, in the end, it's all love.
Yeah.
So is he one of those guys who say has it? I mean, he's put you on the spot now, right?
Oh, no, he's not soft. If he was soft, I would have plucked that out a long time ago in the D-line room. So, yeah, he's a really tough guy. I love playing against him.
Who gets the best of that when you guys are one-on-one more often?
I feel like I go against Grant more than I go against you.
We haven't had really too many opportunities. The first one I could think of is spring ball.
Which one? Oh,
The very first day of spring ball.
Oh, you talking about pass rush?
Yeah.
You won that one, didn't you?
I did.
That's why you remember it.
Of course I
So I
remember.
was like, wait, what?
It was my first pass set as an O-lineman. Didn't look pretty, but, you know, I got the dub.
Yeah.
How have you noticed, like in film and everything, just like footwork, everything, every little tiny aspect of being an offensive lineman? And we don't really know what offensive line stuff's just advanced football stuff, but how have you noticed in yourself just kind of those little things improve from day one of being an offensive lineman to when you were playing the other day?
Biggest things I've noticed is just like my footwork it has to be technical, it has to be sound, it has to be precise. Is biggest thing on pass setting, getting that great first kick, it sets you up for failure or, you know, great pass set. So just understanding that the difference between alignments, whether I have a 5 technique, 4 technique, I have a 6, you know, just kind of, I got to think more about it, you know, and just trust my training.
Can I ask, why did y'all keep fighting so hard against North Dakota State? Right? Some teams, knowing the deficit was so big against a team that good, may have been like, hey, bro, let's just pack it in the second half and go home. But y'all kept fighting, and Coach had that honest conversation with y'all. So why did y'all stay together and keep fighting as opposed to just saying, hey, I'm going to play, but I'm not going to get hurt, you know?
I think that says a lot about a team if they give up no matter the circumstance. It could very well have been a close game, but I still think if you're someone who's going to quit, even though it's kind of hard, it's still hard on the other end if it's like a very close game, and you can still end up folding. So I would not want to play for a team that even if we're up 30 or not, they would give up and kind of throw the towel in. That just doesn't set a great precedent for a team and the culture that it takes to kind of be a winning program.
Did you as players ever have any kind of come to meeting, like any players only kind of locker and say, yo guys, Coach tells us what we got to do, let's fix it, let's get it done?
Especially a lot of the older guys, we've kind of been here before, so like it's something that we're kind of just we have to like kind of bring the young guys along in terms of like there's plenty of season left, like let's not get like too carried away. There's plenty enough games for us to go out there and win, so you just got to stay the course and just honestly just work every week and just be ready to grind it out. It's a week by week process.
And even though Coach said that, right, homecoming's for the fans, right? The game is for y'all.
Absolutely.
Why is it though so important for, I guess, maybe the morale of the entire school as well to win this week on homecoming?
I think it's just the pride of just being like, obviously I'm a Missouri State alum right now as well, so it's just being able to like, in a couple years I would love to come back and see that my team is still being able to like go out there and win games, and I think a lot of people have pride for the institution that they graduated from. So I think that's the most like key component is just actually having culture here, not just on the Missouri State football team, but just as Missouri State University, and just creating that kind of culture everyone want to come back to and winning these games.